Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Starting Conversations. I'm going to talk about finding hobbies and how I feel that people don't stick with them normally. If you like this video, leave a comment so I know to keep doing more of them, start a conversation with me. Let me know what else I should do for other videos, and if you have any other tips that you want to give me, let me know. Also subscribe so I can pay off my college debt. I don't know if it's just me, but do you guys ever get kind of jealous when you see someone have a hobby that they're truly good at? It has always bothered me that I have a plethora of interests and never commit myself to just one or even a few. It's not a bad thing to be a jack of all trades and a master of none, but it would be nice to find myself doing something and actually seeing the progress while I'm doing it. I think a big reason that I have this issue is because I am overexposed to certain things on social media, just random things that I'll find interest in, and then I want to do it, which makes me believe that I can actually take up as many hobbies as I want to have. I set unrealistic expectations and goals for what I'm trying to do, what's to come, and makes me think that the growing path is linear when it's not actually linear. I feel like a really good example of this would be going to the gym or just doing anything athletic in general. When you scroll through Instagram Reels, YouTube, anything, it's always giving misleading titles where it's have a six-pack in 6 weeks. This is why you're not progressing in the gym. I think it's bullshit, when you're going to the gym, you have to actually be going for a while to see any progress. It's not going to happen overnight. And there's so many other variables that you have to learn in order to, get stronger, look better. It doesn't just fall into do these workouts and you are going to look amazing. There's things you got to think about, whether it's nutrition, got to think about recovery, how your body's going to respond to the workouts. The list goes on. Because we are so rushed into the new hobby, we don't understand that, so we get ahead of ourselves, and that tends to be where people just give up on, working out or whatever hobby you want to put into this scenario, I guess. I feel like a dumb little hobby that fits into this for me would be things like YouTube or TikTok or whatever kind of videos I'm making. Of course, I do other things outside of this and have plenty of other hobbies, but I've always had such a big interest in just editing, creating things that I enjoy, and I've never stuck with it. I started making videos back in high school. I thought they were hilarious. Started back up in college, and I've kept going on and off for the past couple of years. And I'm hoping this time around I stick with it and don't give up on it after a month or two of doing it. Not to beat a dead horse or anything, but I feel that social media does play a huge role in this. Just because how fast-paced everything is, it makes it so that you just don't have the attention span to be able to sit down with one thing, because it's not going to be interesting. You're doing it 100 times. You're going to lose focus and just not find it cool anymore. A little off topic too, I feel like it affects things that we should be doing in, everyday life, not just involving our hobbies. There's simple fixes, simple things that I should be able to do and that I should have learned already, but I haven't learned it for the fact that I spend so much time on my phone or on social media. If we didn't have Instagram Reels or TikTok, I think that maybe this wouldn't even be a problem. But, it's here and it won't go away, so I wonder what the solution could be to get around this. On a lighter note though, maybe it's a good thing that, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, who I am. I know what career I want to go into. I've got all the basic stuff figured out. It's weird because I genuinely can't complain. I've got great friends. I've got a dog, a girlfriend. Also, peep this kill. Boom. Saw the guy on the left side. Jump down. Back to what I was saying. I'm living on my own. Well, with roommates. so with exceptions. But I really don't have anything to complain about. It's honestly the small gaps that I want to fill in within my life to, spice it up, make it more interesting. It's the smaller things, and maybe that's a good problem to have, because a lot of people are still struggling with trying to figure out I don't want to call them basics, but what they're going to do with their entire life rather than just the small parts of life. I think that another reason I might feel this way is because I'm only 23. Luckily, I have an older brother who has given me some advice, telling me that he felt the same way and still feels that way sometimes, and that it's just a part of the process of growing up. And I'm sure as time passes, I'll understand it better. I think it's funny looking back. You think you have everything figured out, and then you do, and then you don't, and then you do, and then you don't, and then you do. And it just kind of goes in a circle. Either way, the biggest thing about hobbies is that you need to be consistent with it, and you need to stay interested in it. And it's hard to do that if you're trying to learn it and it gets hard, and then out of nowhere, it's not something you want to do anymore. That's something you just kind of got to push past, is the difficulty of it, and also the boredom that you get from the hobby. Because honestly, sometimes that's the best thing that comes from it, is boredom. Sorry if I just kind of rambled on throughout this video and kind of talked in a circle. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to present these videos, whether I want to write a script or if I don't want to write a script. I don't know. It's all in the air. I know I already said it before. Like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment. I'd like to see what you guys think about this topic and any other topic you guys would want me to cover.
Objective parameters obtained.